If you're looking to run fast and not spend a ton of money, I think the Prism is a great choice to consider. The New Balance FuelCell PRISM is marketed as a lightweight daily trainer, and even though it checks many boxes, it's still not perfect. New Balance kindly sent me these shoes for a small review post on Instagram, but they don't know that I'm reviewing this on YouTube. I figured why not review a little bit deeper and do a YouTube video as well. So New Balance didn't tell me what to say. The opinions are 100% my own. So this shoe is actually the first New Balance shoe I ever ran in, and I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with it. Out of the box, the first thing you'll notice is its weight. For a daily trainer, coming in at 230 grams, for a size 9 is really light. And the lighter the shoe, the snappier and faster you'll feel on the run. You can think of the Prism as the FuelCell TC just without its carbon plate. It's got the same FuelCell outsole and exactly the same design, just that the New Balance logo is red here. And without the carbon sole means the New Balance Prism is gonna be less responsive than the TC. And I could definitely feel that it does not pop off or spring off the ground as much, but it still gives a pleasant stride. With these shoes, I found that there's a lot of ground feel. And ground feel is something that you may not want too much of in a daily trainer because you might want something that is more cushiony and soft when you ride. You can feel some cushion, but it's definitely not a lot. Recently I learned that when the shoe is too soft, it compresses too much like a sponge and you're just feeling the floor. But when the foam is also too hard, it also feels like you're running on a hard surface. So ideally, you want to run in a shoe which is in the middle of that spectrum. And I think the New Balance Prism sits somewhere more towards the firmer side, so for me I would prefer a little bit more cushion. This shoe is also promoted as a stability shoe. I had no idea what stability means, but I just found out that it means to prevent your foot from rolling in. Over here, the Prism features a much firmer sole support. See, it's very hard to bend this, so that your foot doesn't collapse inwards when you run, and that helps to stabilize your foot. I think any runner can benefit from a firm arch support. Even though the upper is fabric, the huge MB logo over here is plastic, so your feet can definitely feel the plastic at every foot strike. I believe this can be softer after the shoe has been worn in better. But that's also something to take note of when you first run in these shoes, or you can just wear thicker socks. Another thing I don't really like is the shoelace. They are quite stretchy and it might work well to give your foot some room to expand, but I think they are a little too stretchy. I found myself pulling those laces and locking the shoe down even tighter. I think it's a very small issue, you'll just forget it when you run. Talking about these laces, if you don't tighten it well, you might experience a bit of heel slipping because the heel cup material is very smooth. So even though it's easy to get your feet into these shoes, it does slip when you don't tighten it enough. Again, it's not a really big issue when you got your laces properly dialed in. The cushion around the heel area is really comfortable and very thick. It kind of feels like you're wearing a thicker pair of socks. It has good structure and does support your heel well. However, I feel that the heel cup comes a little bit too high. I don't feel this when I run, but you might, so I think it's worth pointing it out. Another thing to point out is I think the tongue is pretty wide, but after a while you just forget about it when you run. I love the upper a lot. It's super breathable because it has a lot of holes in it, so you don't have to worry about your feet heating up. And apparently this colorway of the Prism comes in different widths. Mine is actually the wide version, so I can splay my toes as wide as possible and I can just touch the sides of the shoe. I don't have wide feet, but if you do, this shoe offers that option as well. I think the New Balance FuelCell PRISM is a good option if you don't want to spend the extra cash on the TC, but you still want most of its features. So the Prism fills that gap. It's actually super light and the upper is very soft and comfortable. I think it's a great shoe, but you just have to be aware that the cushion is not as soft as people may think. And if you like ground feedback, there's plenty of ground feedback for you in this shoe. But if you're looking for something more soft and cushy for a daily trainer, this might not be the shoe for you. If you want something light for your tempo runs and something faster for your long runs, I think this is a great option. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching and thank New Balance for letting me try on this shoe. They don't know I'm reviewing this on YouTube. And I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye!